Hello. All right, cool. So, I'm doing another video. I guess I'll just keep it that way. So I just wanted to check the maximum video recording minutes. So it says 26 minutes, and that should be good enough. All right. So here's a little update. Um, I look so puffy. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I just woke up like in the afternoon. But um, so I just got done finishing Atelier, Shally, Dusk Sea or whatever it's called in like Tilda. But I just finished all the Atelier games for PS3, all six of them. It's like two trilogies. And I finished like a few other games too. But like, I was just thinking like I really needed that kind of like just to binge and just like stay in my room and like go online and just like shit talk or like just just to get all my frustrations out and stuff. Like I just really needed to do that, like to not see like daylight for like a couple months, just because like I don't know, I do that sometimes. Like it just reminds me of like when I was like in my 20s and I just graduated high school and I was like it was like the PS2 and like playing RPGs on there, and then I was like, I really. My friends always ask me, they're like, "You need to come out with us tonight, and we're gonna go party or go to the club or something." And I'm like, or we're gonna drink or smoke, and I'm like, I said it to their face at first. I was like, I really don't want to go out, and I just want to stay home. And they're like, "What are you gonna do at home?" And I'm like, I'm just gonna like play games and like talk to my friends online." They're like, "No, you're coming out with us." And like, of course, peer pressure, and I'm so weak, and I, of course, just go out with them anyway. And then like, I tell people sometimes after the fact, like a few years after, like I'm like, oh, I totally regret doing that, and I wish I just stayed home like a nerd that I am and just played games, because like I missed out on so many good games during that era, like PS2 and like early PS3. I missed out on so much like game playing time and stuff because I was always out, and like eventually that kind of lifestyle like caught up with me and stuff and all this juicy shit. But yeah, so that's like one of my regrets. But then sometimes I don't regret it, and I'm like, I'm glad I had a life, because like I see some dudes now who like never go out or like have never smoked weed or something like that, and I'm like, I'm kind of glad that I grew up in like the West Coast, like SF, and then like I did shit that's like you're either gonna regret or not regret, but at least you experienced something. And like I guess it's a big deal to some people about like being an immigrant from like another country and like experiencing America, in its heyday, like the 90s and like 2000s and stuff. But yeah. So 26 minutes should be good. I might even do another video because I'm so excited doing this one right now. All right, so like I said, I just kind of like binged. That's my dog. I kind of binged and like played a bunch of games, like RPGs and a few non-RPGs and stuff. But right now, I think it was so lopsided. Like right now, cause like this one's kind of like bara. Like bara means like it's a little like congested or something. But I have like a menthol thing that I have. I like stick it in my nostril and I go, and it's like minty. Okay, anyways. So right now I just got a PS5 because my PS4 Pro died, but I got a PS5 and it works with my Survivor DVDs from the US. I just easily changed the region code thing when I started up the console, and that was so convenient. I'm never gonna change it to anything else just because Survivor's the only thing I ever watch anymore these days. Like I don't ever. Hey, my English is pretty good today. Survivor's the only thing I ever watch anymore these days, just because like I tell people I have this whole thing with the U.S. and stuff and why I left, but I'm like, I don't consume American media anymore, and I want to be so honest about the reason why, but I don't know why. But like my Survivor friends online have my back. They're just like there's a disproportionate amount of white people on Survivor, and I'm like, yeah. When I was growing up, and you finally notice that there's so many white people on TV, and like they only ever cook like Italian food on Food Network, like all the breezies. Like I'm not talking Iron Chef, but like all the main girls that cook, they always cook like Italian food, like Giada and like Rachel. And then you're like, okay, I just realized I'm never gonna see like chicken adobo on here. And then you just kind of fall out of love with like TV and stuff, and you just kind of like pick your favorite show and stuff, and like you just get the DVDs and you rewatch it over and over. So for me, I'm glad Survivor has like 47 seasons now, and then I can always get the DVDs and rewatch it and like analyze and stuff. And like last night, I finally decided I was like, I'm not gonna go on AIM anymore. Like the AIM now is called Discord. Like it's like real instant messaging and stuff. I say real time chat, but instant messaging and stuff. And then it was because like I was thinking of my doctor, and she was like, you got depressed because when your parents left you alone, you experienced, meaning like when they went to work, like you just went online and you would like talk to random strangers and you would like seek relationships. And I was like, really? This is news to me. But I mean, yeah, I would do that just because like I would be left alone. And that's what every kid did. They would just go on AIM and talk to people. And then like, um, but I kind of did it a lot just because I was playing orgs, and I would like manifest these like alliances with people in games. So she's kind of true about that. But like, even though my parents, I have this whole thing about it. I kind of believe her, but I kind of don't. But like, even though my parents worked, I mean, they got a dog for me, and then like, it doesn't mean I was on the computer all the time. Like, I did other things too, but I don't think you can get away from the kid being left alone and like the parents having to work. So I don't blame anything on them. My parents. Here's my dog. Hi, baby. She's so cute. I'm one of those people who's like, I don't want to take pictures of her because she has a bad rash, and people are gonna be like, "What's that on your dog? Like that black thing?" But I'm putting ointment on her, but it's been like years I've been putting on this ointment, and her hair slowly starts to grow back. So I'm like so scared people are gonna make fun of me and like my dog and like be like, you're such a poor, like a bad pet owner or something because your pets and your life like isn't 100% perfect on camera. Okay, anyways, so what was I saying? Something about depression or something, and then like I'm not going on instant messaging anymore just because I realized I started to do the same thing over and over again here. Is like going on online and like messaging people and stuff. Like I even went back to like my Survivor friends and stuff, but they all came out. We're not in high school anymore. They all came out, and then they have jobs and stuff, and they're like gay now and stuff, which I always knew, but they never actually said it. But I was just like, I'm not surprised. But like, they started to treat me differently, and like, I don't know. So I was like, we can, and then like, was like talking like trying to get into like video games, like fandom and stuff, and like trying to actually get in the conversation about video games. And I kind of realized there was a reason why I stayed away from like game facts and like message boards and stuff about video games when I was younger. Was just because like the fandom and like all the people posting like annoyed the fucking shit out of me. Like just the way they are about video games, like for instance, LunarNet, I don't have like bad things to say about it, but like some people take it to the extreme and it's like guys dressing up as girls from the video. And I am like, I don't know, I just think it's a little bit like perverted to do that to like a kid's game or something. But I understand how things are now, and like being woke and like weird and stuff is normal, but you know. Anyways, and then I just don't want my favorite video game stuff to be like tarnished by like other people's like what they do with the game, and they post pictures and stuff online and like what they do and stuff. So yeah, Lunar is still my favorite game, SSSC, but it's always gonna be my auto answer. But like, I'm open to other stuff too. Okay, so yeah, so I was like, I don't know, it's just so obvious like we don't get along and stuff, just cuz like I think about the most important thing about TV for some reason, like Survivor, just cuz I love Survivor and I compare everything to it. And then the like relatability to the audience, like how do they relate to you, John? And then I was like, I don't really relate to the white people all that much. Even the black people is like a stretch, just cuz like the U.S. is so big, and like people have different lives and stuff and experiences growing up. And then the contestants were much older than me because I started watching when I was 13. And then once it got to like my age, like 21 and stuff, Survivor was so old, and like all the kids are such strategists and stuff. It started to become a little bit like awkward to hear like a 21-year-old in 2010 talking about strategy and stuff, and because they watched the show when they were younger. Because like I don't think the show is about strategy. I think the show is about like other stuff other than strategy. Like I think strategy, like basic, is like good strategy. But like I think real strategy is just stuff other than strategy, like numbers and like having a story to tell people and like lying and stuff. I think strategy goes like above and beyond, like real strategy goes above and beyond just numbers and like basic. And then yeah, what I wanted to talk about was just like an update. So right now, I love this word. I don't know why I came across it on Backloggery, but it's shelve. So I kind of want to, I'm like kind of done with PS3. I want to shelve it, the console, the games, and everything, just put it up. And then, just because it's been there in my life for so long, and it was the first console I got when I got my first paycheck, and like all this other bullshit that came about when I left the house, and like it had nothing to do with school and everything to do with work, and like everything about Facebook and like networking and like getting to know people and schmoozing people in the US. And little did I know, I'm just a little Filipino boy who's like very traditional and like very, like my grandparents raised me, so I'm used to just sitting around the apartment and just watching TV all day, and just sitting in my own thoughts, and like, I don't have to deal with like they use this word. It was like a sense of, it's like I forgot what the term was. It was like a sense of something. It was like a sense of urgency where like you feel like you have a time limit and you have to get everything done, and it has to be perfect in front of the cameras, in front of all the customers, in front of your managers. Oh my god. And then I was just like, all right, it's just fade and not fading people. But they were so like brainwashed by like the job and like work and like corporate and like HR and like reading the manual, the cooking handbook and stuff, and then it just wasn't fun. And like it was hella weird, and everyone was exactly how they're like on Survivor at work. Like they stand around in a circle, all the managers, and they have a little meeting in front of everyone in like a circle. It's weird, and then they strategize, like about who to fire. It was hella weird. It was hella weird. And anyway, yeah, back to the PS3. Like the PS3 was always there during all of this, and even after, and even until now. Like I think it came out 2006. I got it in 2009, and then it's 2024. So that's what, like, I don't know, 14 years or something. And then yeah, it's just always been there. I know there's a bunch more games that I could finish, and like I could try to like get a few platinums here and there and stuff. Which I'll probably do, sort of. Like it'll be my secondary console now. Like even if this one kind of fails and breaks, I can always just get a new one, and then I was even thinking about getting a fat one so I can have all the PlayStations, like PS1, PS2, PS3, PS4, PS5. Like PS3 fat can play PS1 and PS2, and PS5 can play PS4 and PS5. But I'm also banking on them, like putting classic PS1 and PS2 games up on the store to download too. Even though I do a lot of physical, like I mean that's fine with me too if it's a game that I'm really wanting to play again or something. And then so that's what I'm doing. I'm like trying to shelve the PS3, even though I'll like kind of calico it or like tinker with it a little bit after the fact of its death, or it's like shelving, and then I love that word shelve, and then so I'm on the PS5 right now, which plays PS4 and PS5. And then I haven't really found anything that I really like. Like, I don't even know the terminology like Brianna. I don't even know, like, once I get into the chat and they're using all these weird terms, I'm just like, okay, it's just video games. But, like, all the AAA titles, like, I don't even know what they mean. Like, story driven, like, third person action adventure type of games, like Uncharted or like Last of Us and like I don't know, Resident Evil and like Horizon and stuff. Like I don't really like those games too much. I mean, if I'm bored and I'm in the mood, yeah, I'll totally play and like get into it. I mean, there's also Yakuza too, and then but I still like all the kind of like PS3 RPGs or PS2 RPGs. I used to hate those huge character models, and I used to be like, no, I want chibi sprites only, like Final Fantasy, Super Nintendo, and like Wild Arms, and like Tales of Destiny, and like Star Ocean. Like that's like my favorite thing. But it looks so good on the PS3. I just realized last night because like I'm not on drugs, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm having like real talks or like real thoughts, and then I'm like, oh my god, it looks really nice, and I really like it. I think I've like matured from like chibi sprite to like full grown adult, so I think it looks really nice. And then the only game I can think of that has that is like the Atelier games on PS4, which I'm gonna like totally get into. I have to see if Atelier Sophie's good, and then see if I like it, because I really like the PS3 editions and stuff, or renditions. Like I thought they were good. I thought they were nice, and I kind of want to go back and like kind of like fuck around with it again and try to get more trophies, or even follow a guide and do a platinum or something. But I want to see if Atelier Sophie's good and see how the first PS4 Atelier game is doing. And then like some other stuff that I like is like cozy games. Like I like Dragon Quest Builders because it's like kind of survivor-ish. Like you build stuff out of stuff like trees and stuff and branches. You build a house and like you use earth blocks to make a fort or like a shelter, and then you forage for food because you have a hunger meter and stuff. But this game is so long. It takes like a week to get through each island, and I'm like, I just finished two, and then it took me forever. I was playing it every night, every day, and then I was like, why does each island take so long? So I'm like 50%, and I'm like, I'm just gonna pause this for right now. I'm using backloggery terms. Okay, I have 5 minutes, and then potion permit is like right up my alley. It's like everything I've ever dreamed of for our like a life's RPG sim game. Like you forage, you're foraging for materials. You cook up potions and stuff to like help sick people in your hospital or something because you're like a chemist, kind of like nurse doctor, and then you like try to befriend all the townspeople in Moonberry and like try to get their friendship level up and stuff. And they have little story segments and stuff if you get their level up in the friendship or whatever. And it's like pretty cool. I like it. I like the pixel art. I like everything. It was made in like Indonesia, and then I always think of Zach Morris. I'm like, man, Indonesia, like they know how to like cater to like Americans, sort of like they know exactly what I like. And then there's a dog which is pretty cool. You can befriend it and stuff. So I'm like I could kind of play it a little bit every night and just, but I don't like obsess about it. And right now I have to go to the bank again, but in order to like order more games. But like I kind of just want to fuck around with the games I have now. Like I have Yakuza, I have a few downloaded games, RPGs like Valkyrie Profile and like Star Ocean, something R or whatever, the very first Star Ocean game. And then I have like $9 and something. Maybe I can download something tonight, and then I just don't know what to dive into next. Like, I feel like playing Atelier Sophie, but like, I don't know. I kind of want to try something different. I kind of want to do Yakuza. I kind of want to. I have. Oh, I was thinking about doing Secret of Mana, PS4, and Moonlighter before I do Push and Permit. You know, because those games are like cool. Like I don't feel so tired, and like I've been using eye drops and stuff, and like my eyes don't feel dry and like that because I have astigmatism. It's always my eyes that die out first, and once my eyes are like dead, I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna go to bed. But yeah, all right. So that's where I am right now, and maybe I'll do another video later once I kind of like think about the stuff I just said, and then we'll see what's up. All right, thank you.